Welcome to the 8th,
Hello.
and we're filming this on February 28th.
Yes, we are. Happy last day of February.
Happy last day of February. So this week, Cassie, we're going to play a game.
Okay.
Does that surprise you?
No, that does not surprise
You're
me.
going to need your computer for this game.
Okay.
So first, I'm going to say the beauty of today. Why am I doing? I keep doing this with my fingers. The beauty of a digital world is that referrals mean more than they ever have before. So
Yeah.
flashback 10 years ago, which for the record, No Limit Agency turns 10 on Saturday.
Yay.
So 10 years
We need
ago.
a Happy Birthday No Limit song.
Happy birthday, No Limit. Oh yeah, I'll look for that as we go. The way that referrals worked is you would go to church or you would go to your baseball game and you would say, go try this product. At that point, social media doesn't exist, and social media has changed the game in the way that it works for referrals. So today we're going to play a game to see who can get the most referrals, and not most, there's actually 8 referrals or interactions on a Facebook post the fastest. So using any means possible,
Jeez.
we're each going to post something on Facebook.
Okay. Does it need to be like about
I'm sure Emily will get a screen grab of this.
Oh, hold on. I need to log out of my work Facebook and go
You
into
could do the work one if you want.
I have 0 friends on the work one. That's going to lead to 0 engagements.
All right, that's fair.
That seems like a really bad
So I saw a
strategy
big
for me.
picture of Rachel Stolby,
They want me to be friends with her.
and you've denied it?
I just don't have any friends on that account. We're friends on my real account.
Okay. So, first one to get 8 wins.
Does this has to be about a brand?
No, it could just be anything. We're just going to show how fast
Okay.
word of mouth spreads. So, for a franchise brand, when you're sharing content on 1851, you're going to want your franchisees to share your content and hopefully get in front of it.
My friends are going to think I've lost my mind because I never post anything
Okay,
on Facebook.
any means possible to get 8 interactions, comments or likes. All right, ready? Tell me when you're ready. to
I'm
go.
not ready. I have no idea what to post.
Why don't you Rickroll people?
I could Rickroll people.
Do you know what Rickrolling is, Emily? We're not going to show you Emily anymore. 'Cause
Oh, I liked seeing Emily.
I did too, but she got kind of fussy about it. I don't know what this was. She's doing like, I think she was a blackjack dealer in her previous life because she goes like this. You ever notice that? That's what she does.
I haven't, but that's awesome. I have no idea what to.
All right, ready?
No. I mean, sure, but I just don't know what I'm posting,
you
so
gonna
you're going to
post?
win.
Okay, ready? I marks cassette, go.
I wanted to find the I Want to Kill Cassie song, but it's not on YouTube. Oh, what is it? That's what I'm going to do.
Go. Hey, anybody over there that
No,
can find
like
my Facebook
mine.
page, can you go like my post, please? Anybody that can find that Facebook page? Oh, there's one. Thank you, Brian.
Come on.
I got one. Come on, come on. Any means possible. I'm gonna try the chat feature on Facebook and ask them to like. I don't really want any of them to really like it, so. Yeah, Jerry Darnell. Thank you, Jerry Darnell. You can always count on Jerry Darnell to like a post. Lydia, thank you very much.
Seriously?
Appreciate it. It's important. Can you get
I'm
anybody
still
else
like
to
writing
my
the perfect
post?
post because my word brain like.
Anybody else?
Hold on. Yes, that's what you're supposed to do. No, like mine. Everyone in the audience. No, like mine, please. Thanks. I'm chatting. I'm pulling out all this stuff.
Yep, I'm at 4.
You're gonna win. I'm at 2.
4. What? Emily's
Help
cheating.
me, Emily. I'm at 3.
You're not even at 3.
4.
What?
My friend's coming in
Yeah.
hot.
I'm at 5.
Shit.
You know why I'm at 5? I just liked my own post.
Stop. Oh, then now I'm at 6.
Damn it. Come on. I don't even know who this person is, but thank you for liking my post. Come on, come on, come on. come
Oliver
on,
and Mary, I'm accepting your friend request.
Yes, Ben.
Ben,
Ben
at
came through.
Cooper
7. One more.
7. I'm at 7 too.
Come on.
8. Yes. Mary coming through.
Oh, I just got it. Boo. I
love you all.
This is the 8. Okay, so the point was, see how quickly we got into actions on social? But there's a few lessons to be learned here. One, our posts were actually social.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like go eat my burger. So if you have a human element to it, I don't want any more likes.
I know, now we're going to continue getting likes. I can see someone's typing a comment. This is going to be a thing now.
I'm going to put on there, go check out 1851 franchise to see this in
It was Brian.
live motion. Okay. So referrals are the same way. So you ask your franchisees to say something positive about your brand, or you give them content that is positive. They share it out there with their community, and very quickly messages could spread, which ultimately can help grow your franchise. And for new franchisees, when you're opening up your location, obviously this is the way you involve your social community to or enlist them to support your brand. So good exercise.
Yeah, that was
kind of fun.
Yeah, that was stressful.
I'm well, Ben was kind to me. Lydia was nice too. I don't know what Emily ran off to tell them not to like my post. Okay, so here's the best part. You really couldn't hear her anyway, but she goes like this. Like she doesn't even say anything back there. We need to get another Mevo. We need to get another Mevo that's
like a split screen of like Emily as we're talking.
Yeah. All right, let's kick this off.
All right.
Fantastic.
So we've called this out as being fantastic before, but I think it's worth mentioning again because there was a great article in Entrepreneur about it, that the number of women who are entering the franchise industry is really taking off. The percentage of female franchisees is growing at a much faster rate than male franchisees, and there are a lot of factors contributing to it, like work-life balance, buying a new proven system, but I think it's a good sign.
Also, sidebar, congratulations to the No Limit PR team for booking that placement. It was an awesome story. And if you're on 1851's website, you'll see a link to the story. It's a really good story. You could also find it on my LinkedIn. And if you're not friends with me on LinkedIn, I would gladly accept your request. So, good story. Fran Leberty. So this week's Fran Leberty is Chuck Runyon, the co-founder and CEO behind Anytime Fitness. So we did a 2-part series with him as a part of our How to Become an Established Brand issue. First, about how the brand is really winning within the fitness segment, and then second, how it's just overall become a brand that's going to be opening up its 4,000th location within the next couple of weeks here. And he had a lot of great insights to share, just talking about, proven consumer appeal, a business model that reduces human variability, and having a repeatable process are really what has been able to separate Anytime Fitness. Yeah, and look at them as a brand to follow, because especially for any of the brands that are starting up in any sector, is you take brands that you admire and you duplicate as many great things about that brand as possible. And here's a blueprint of a brand that's grown nicely. So nice stories.
Cool.
Fresh Money.
So National Labor Relations Board, the controversial decision that they made to overrule the Browning-Ferris decision has now been brought back up because of an undisclosed conflict of interest with one of the members of the board. So this ruling that was really widely opposed by the franchising industry that kind of changed the dynamic between franchisee and franchisor is now being back into play. And it's a lot of overrulings of overrulings.
There's a lot to be said about politics.
Yes.
There's a lot to be said about playing dirty politics.
Yeah.
And look, in a situation like this, it ended up hurting the franchise industry temporarily. Hopefully this will get resolved. Yeah, I mean, I have technically probably a lot to say on that, but maybe dirty politics is not the way to win decisions. And here, let's do it the right way. Let's come to a great conclusion. I think this is a temporary hiccup, but still, it's like stupid stuff that causes things to go awry.
Right. It's good.
Speaking of stupid stuff, what's my Fran this week?
So this year, as you mentioned earlier, 10th year of social media and business. So this Frant kind of talks about how it's time for the franchising industry to jump into real time, and instead of just talking about How can you use social, making sure that you're also tapping into artificial intelligence and data that you have at your disposal to make sure that you're reaching the right people?
Yeah, I think brands have two options with data. You either use data that comes to you from third-party resources that says this is what you need to understand about your brand and how you apply it, or you look at your internal resources to look at what are the data or the connection points within your own company, even within these four walls, that you're able to leverage for business intelligence. So we're moving towards an age where every form of data is at our fingertips. You may believe that you could add 100 units next year, but if the most you've done is 10, you're not going to grow to 100. That's a data point. There's plenty of data out there. Read the column. There's some good insight on what you should be doing with your brand. Branching forward.
All right, we are branching forward. So Papa John's is now going to be branching forward without the help of the NFL after. Originally the founder blaming the organization for its slipping sales, and then kind of a turbulent relationship there. The new CEO, Steve Ritchie, announced that they are not going to be a sponsor of the NFL anymore. They are planning on working with 22 teams going forward, but for the past 7 years, that partnership is now done.
The league was responsible for slipping sales?
They said that they blamed the league during the national anthem, the height of that controversy.
Is why Papa John's sales went down?
No, it's not.
What? All right, move on. I'm done with these dumb stories. Go ahead.
Fran, funny.
Make me laugh.
Hopefully this makes you laugh.
I'm not even going to read it. I want to see if I laugh at this one.
It's not like a dad joke, though, so.
Well, maybe I'll laugh then.
Mean. All right, so KFC has been in hot water in the UK because they have a new supplier. They ran out of chicken, so a lot of their restaurants had to be closed temporarily. So they ran this really clever ad that rearranged their letters, and instead of reading at KFC, it read FCK, and then they apologized for it. And I just thought it was a really clever and funny way to address the issue.
All right, that is fine. Are they really apologizing? They know what they did.
Of course they know what they did, and hey, if you're going to have to respond to negative feedback, that's one way to do it.
I would, as an industry, if you're serving chicken, think of this as supply issues. I was reading some news this week about restaurants. I might get the number. It might not be exactly correct, so this might be #fake news, but something in the realm of 70% of food that ends up in landfills comes from food waste from restaurants. It's something in that range.
Insane.
So I think brands are going to have to get smarter with using technology to control how much food they have, their food resources internally, if they're going to win. So, funny story. I think there's some truth into what happened out of the KFC issue. Supply and demand issues, and if you're better with technology, you'll know how much food you have and how much product you have to access. All right, for inspiration.
For inspiration. So this week's quote comes from Patrick Maslin of Maslin Law on what to know before franchising, which is a great feature up on 1851 right now. Plan on planning. There's an educational element here that is necessary for most franchise systems. That education is going to take some time.
Good quote. I talked with Patrick a few years ago. Patrick, I really enjoyed that conversation, and I really enjoyed that quote.
It's a good quote.
All right, who do we have this week? A friend or a frenemy?
I think that it's kind of a friend. So obviously, for retail brands in the industry, you need to have a really strong digital presence, e-commerce platform that people can go to. But Target CEO recently made a comment on CNBC saying that it's still going to be important to have a really good brick and mortar retail store too, even in the age of e-commerce. People are still going in stores to buy stuff, so it just can't be your only friend. And I think that it is important because I think that when you walk into a store, that's going to make or break my impression of it if I want to shop there online.
Okay, fair. I think the underlying statement of that, it's interesting because it's obviously a PR play. Target's like, how do we get in front of Amazon?
Right.
But I think Target does a really good job with online. So it's interesting what will ultimately happen to Target. I'm not suggesting that Target's gone in 5 years from now. But you can look at what happened when Netflix really disrupted Blockbuster. It created a conversation of, is Blockbuster going to follow Netflix? And at that point, they're like, shoo fly, and it ends up killing Blockbuster.
Right.
There is data that's being shown about the way that consumers want to get products. And sorry, grocery stores. It's very rare for my family to even go to the grocery store. We order the product online. It has to be delivered. So where could the future of the grocery store, the Target stores go is maybe more of the personal shopper realm, that you could still do it online. You could still get it in the moment. So delivery could be the next thing that you need to look at. But interesting story, because Target's obviously coming out and protecting their brick and mortar. So appreciate that. I appreciate that you have better Frans than
How many likes are you at now?
All right, let's look. I'm at 12.
14. Thanks, guys. Love you, mean it.
Not thanks, guys. This is 8.